Chapter 80, Pac-Man. Their suspicions soon turned into a true nightmare as they became trapped in an uncannily cat-and-mouse game. Whenever they reached the end of a narrow street, the military SUV blocked their path. It seemed that the Blue Devil was trying to force Topaz to break down and give up. Fed up with the situation, Topaz finally said, "It's like she can read my mind." Azer glanced at the GPS screen and remarked, "Yes, she appears to be quite intelligent. I wonder what her IQ is." Angrily, Topaz exclaimed, "Are you implying that she's smarter than me?" Without directly addressing her question, Azer pointed at the GPS screen and said, "The pattern you've been following seems familiar to me." He added, "Try turning left next time. I'm confident she won't be able to block your path." His advice turned out to be correct. At the next intersection, Topaz successfully turned left just before the Blue Devil could appear. Topaz looked at Azer and inquired, "What's happening here?" Azer explained, "The Blue Devil has set up a game similar to the old Pac-Man video game from the 1980s. You need to follow a specific pattern to survive." He continued, "Try turning right next time." Again, Topaz managed to outsmart the Blue Devil. After passing the junction, she said, "It works. Now we just need to get closer to the exit and escape this situation." Guided by Azer, she reached a long stretch leading to the exit. They seemed close to escaping the Blue Devil's eerie grasp. High scaffoldings were mounted on both sides of the street. Azer warned, "Be careful. Even touching a single scaffolding could result in tons of iron pipes burying us alive." Topaz accelerated and said, "We have to get out of here as fast as we can." However, their comfort did not last long. Suddenly, the military SUV appeared at the end of the street and blocked their path. The Blue Devil's powerful headlights blinded Topaz. Azer admitted, "I'm not sure what game she wants to play now." Topaz responded, "I know exactly the game she's playing. In Australia, we call it a bitch fight. Like two bulls bringing their nerves to a boil before attacking each other head-on, they both repeatedly roared the engine on the spot." Topaz and the Blue Devil simultaneously removed their foot from the clutch and accelerated toward each other at a high speed. Azer buried his head in the headrest, his gaze locked on the SUV that was approaching much faster than he had anticipated. It looked like they were playing a suicide game. Just a moment before the inevitable impact, Topaz pulled on the handbrake, causing the car's tail to skid around and sweep one of its legs away under the scaffolding. The maneuver led to a cascading crash of the entire structure. She floored the accelerator and made the Porsche slip away gracefully like a cat. However, the massive SUV was not as fortunate. The descending pipes, crashing down from multiple stories, impaled both the military vehicle and the Blue Devil. The Porsche had reached a safe distance when Topaz brought the car to spin sharply on the spot and stop. They stepped out, their gaze fixed on the pile of pipes that had buried the SUV. As if she were about to say goodbye to a worthy opponent, Topaz said, "I guess we won't see the Blue Devil again." Abruptly, an explosion in the SUV shook the ground under their feet. It made the Blue Devil's head detach from the body and launch into the sky like a cannonball. The head landed a few steps away from Topaz and Azer. Approaching it, Topaz said in a puzzled voice, "There is no sign of blood." She gestured at the torn wires at the neck and exclaimed in anger, "We have been fighting a machine, a robot." In a calm tone, Azer replied, "Let's not overdo it. It's nothing more than an old-fashioned sex doll, upgraded with artificial intelligence." Puzzled, Topaz said, "I can't believe how the head managed to fit through all those tubes. It was like a test pilot catapulting himself out of a fighter jet, shooting his head out and leaving the body behind. Azer said, "It probably had to do with the necklace. The large artificial pearls were packed with plastic explosives." He continued, "The pearl necklace in the Blue Devil's safe was probably meant for you. I am convinced that Julius Fox, personally, would have adorned you with it as an apology for the actions of his staff and let you go. Later, when you have reached a safe distance, he would press a button and eliminate you." Topaz instinctively touched her neck, unable to express herself. As they were about to return to the Porsche, the head's eyes suddenly opened, emitting a pulsating red light. Azer noted, "She's sending the coordinates to the command center. They'll soon send a drone to retrieve the head to transfer its memory to another Blue Devil." He warned, "We have to get out of here as quickly as possible. Otherwise, we'll be bombed to pieces by the drone."